Well guys, back to our video on channel. Today we're back with some more GTA 5 Online, and today, as you guys can already tell by the title and thumbnail, and obviously what's very clearly in front of you, we're going to be doing a general review and customization of the, well, technically Lamborghini Countach from real life, but in-game it is called the Torero XO. I know that looks like HO, but actually I was about to try to pull my gun, but you can't obviously, but it's a Torero XO, even though it does look like HO. But yeah, either way, go and hop into it, and I'll actually go ahead and go down here, and you can see it is XO. It's just an X like that, as you can see right there. But yeah, let's go and bring this into customization and start modifying. So we have the armor, obviously, which is pretty simple. And also, I do want to additionally say that this thing is very accurate to the real life Countach. The back end, obviously, the lights aren't accurate, and also this window on the Countach actually goes, like, you see where this this indent is here, it actually goes all the way up to the front windshield. But other than that, this is pretty much a replica of the Countach. So, you know, obviously they can't make a replica, Rockstar can't, because, well, copyright is a thing that exists. But yeah, either way, onto the bumpers, we can see, so that's stock and secondary color, which is interesting because that looks like carbon, but I guess. We have forged. We have carbon street. We have a forged street and a sec forged street. Carbon drag, sec carbon drive, or second carbon drive, obviously is what that means. Forged drag splitter. Carbon super splitter. Forged super splitter. Secondary forged super splitter. And it looks like that's it. Okay, so honestly, I think I'm just gonna leave it with nothing. That's kind of like just the default look. Actually, maybe I'll put it to a secondary color. We're gonna go to rear bumpers. So bumper delete if you just want to like completely get rid of all that and see like all the exhaust system and all that, which is actually kind of cool because you get little bits of details of the exhaust. Kind of, I don't know realistically why the exhaust would curve like that, but it does for some reason. Either way, that's kind of a cool option to have. Secondary diffuser, which I think would technically be, I think this down here, the actual diffuser itself, though I don't know. Yeah, you can see it changing it down there. You can barely see it. Kind of hard to see, but you can see it changing underneath the smoke. Oh, okay, that's a bit of an upgrade. So we went from secondary force diffuser to winged diffuser, which is interesting. So wing diffuser just comes all the way out to there. Secondary color of that, forged winged. Aggressor diffuser. Okay. All very interesting. And that's it for the options. So, very interesting options. I think I'm probably just going to leave it with the secondary diffuser. I think that's good for me, honestly. The canards are these little like side things. Actually, wait, it's actually somewhat changing the front. Let's see. So that there, I don't really like that. Maybe. Let's see. Okay. I think I just like that with that all open because that's how it is on the real Countach, and I think that looks a lot better, making it more realistic, honestly. Engine upgrade, exhaust. We have the standard exhaust, titanium, carbon, performance exhaust. Pretty much all look the same. I mean, there's some slight. You see, these ones are infinite symbols right there. They're connected. Not really much differences between them, honestly. I think I'm just gonna go with the default because it looks realistic and I kind of like it. So yeah, there you go. Now we have the hood, which if you don't know, obviously it's a rear engine car. So this is the hood, which actually real quickly, let me make it a darker color so we can actually see it. And see what we're doing to it. I'll make it like a silver. Yeah, I'll make it like a silver, that works. Come back up and let's go to hood. So, single vented hood, you see that little, like, literally that little notch at the very top where my mouse is right now, that's all that changes. Carbon single vented hood, okay. Got like a little carbon forged cross vented hood. So you have vents up there now. Different versions, and that's it pretty much. So honestly, real quickly, let me see. Trying to get a look at the real car right now, and looking at it, trying to see if it has. Actually, it looks like it does have. If you actually look at the car online, it does have these little vents. It kind of looks like. So I am gonna actually put those on because those are actually realistic to the car, and I kind of want to make this thing a little bit more realistic. And also, actually, as you see, guys, see that right there. This isn't realistic to the real Countach, but obviously, as I said earlier, they can't just copy the Countach because there is something called copyright and patent of vehicles and things like that. So they can't make it exactly, but they can do that. So let's see, will this go through this time? Okay, the xenon lights work this time. It didn't work with the last vehicle that I did last video, if you haven't seen that one. With the Corsa. Didn't work with that one. I couldn't buy xenon for lights for some reason, but there you go. Worked with this one. Go ahead and black plate right there. In terms of a respray, let's see, what the secondary color should be. Let me just make this frost white. So that little trim down there. That right there on the outside, and then that little bar in the engine. Actually, if you guys didn't watch the Corsa episode, this is actually the exact same bar as the Corsa has, and the exact same where the middle changes, which is a bit interesting. Either way, go ahead and change the primary color. Actually, let's go and find the liveries first. So roof color, let's see, black, forged full carbon. Ooh, I actually kind of like that. Kind of like that full carbon, actually. A ridge line, if you don't know what that is, you can kind of see these little like ridges right there and there. Actually, wait, looks like no, nothing else changes. Okay. Different versions. Then you have the vented hood, which doesn't make much sense. Because actually, no, I guess you could argue this makes sense because it does technically go into the engine, so technically it makes sense. Okay. You have that. All carbon. You have a streamlined roof, which is just an angled version of this vent, pretty much. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So on the real Countach, at least if you can get a really good picture of it, this glass bit back here actually goes all the way up to the front windshield. Actually, just barely. It goes like just before the front windshield is all a window, so you can see you pretty much have a sunroof. So kind of hard to recreate that in GTA because obviously there is no glass there, so can't really do much about that. So honestly, I think I'm gonna go with the black top because the black top actually looks really nice on this like that. Just this bit top bit being black, I like that actually a lot. So we're gonna go with that. We have the skirts, so we have the forged skirts, XL skirts, secondary forged, secondary XL skirts, or secondary forged XL skirts. Street skirts. You have all these skirts. There you go. I don't know. Again, like same thing with this. Same thing with the Corsa. Actually, these skirts actually come out a bit more than I feel like they should. These come out a lot from the body of the car. Like these ones, I think are okay. So maybe I'll go with like. I mean, you see, like the XL skirts, they come out a lot. And I guess these don't come out that much, but I feel like they come out a lot more for some reason. Either way, let's see. So we have stock and forged skirts for this. So I guess I'll honestly go with the default. Carbon wing, forged wing, ducktail. You see here all the options. You have a wing. Okay. Now I'm not gonna go with any of these. Even though in GTA this does give you a traction benefit having these, I'm gonna go with the stock one because if you see this little line right here where my cursor is, you see that line right there? This actually has a active spoiler, so as you get at higher speed, you'll actually start to see that spoiler lift up to give you traction. I'm going to leave that on the highest suspension because I don't like low suspension, or at least I don't like lowering my suspension. The trunk, which is obviously in the front because, well, it's a rear engine supercar. Carbon. Sure, what's the difference here? Oh, this is just all flat. I actually think that would be technically more realistic to the real car. I think we being more flat, which is probably what I'll do because I do like it being more realistic. Though. Okay, so we have these little vents on the left and right. For some reason, you have the ridge line. You have the vents with the ridge line. And they have the deep vented, so I guess that's even more deep vented than the original. Oh yeah, it's a lot more. But either way, on the real life Countach, it's smooth, so... Actually, no, on the real life Countach, it is not smooth. I'm just delusional. Not delusional, I'm blind. But yeah, either way, so there you go. I actually like to make these cars somewhat realistic to the real cars. Because they actually do end up looking pretty nice. I think I'll keep that with the secondary, or the stock, because it ends up making it a carbon. Wheels. Again, I would like to keep these wheels, but Rockstar makes it to where you can't change the color of wheels. So yeah, kind of annoying, but that's Rockstar for you. Pretty much all the time, to be fair, but you know. Either way, go ahead and looking at the wheels in real life. These are actually incredibly accurate to the real life wheels, which is why it kind of sucks that I have to change them. I mean, I guess I don't have to change them. I can keep them this color, but it does kind of suck that they're not black, and you know, because obviously black rims do look way better with a car. I guess we'll leave it like that and see if it looks good, but don't think it will, but maybe. Either way, we have... I'll go in dark smoke because I don't like going full darkness on the windows. There you go. And there you go, that's it. So, I'll mess around with the wheels a little bit, see if I can find any other wheels I like more, or that maybe do resemble the real life wheels, but either way, I'll probably end up staying with these wheels. Okay, yeah, so I'm back, and I actually found some tires for it, and funny thing is, these are actually the tires I put on the, Corista? I can't remember. It was from my last video. If you haven't watched that one, go and watch it. It's the customization of that car. And I actually put these same rims on it. But these ones actually do somewhat kind of resemble the real life wheels, as closely as I could find them, at least without it being the stock wheels. And I think it's worth it to have the all blacked out rims. So yeah. But either way, we do also have the color scheme of this car to think about. So all black does look pretty sick, but I don't think so, because, you know, all black is kind of standard and kind of, you know, I feel like a lot of people do all black. Red, obviously, I mean, it's a supercar. Red's always going to look good on a supercar for the most part, so obviously it looks good, but let's see if we can find any, like, cooler colors. That actually kind of looks a bit interesting. Maybe a carbonate red. Not many people use that color, but it's an interesting one. Pink, maybe. Actually, kind of looks good with the hot pink, to be fair. Got the orange. Orange actually looks pretty good. I also see the color is also affecting the inside stitching color, which is pretty cool. Don't do the colors. We have race yellow, which is real yellow pretty much, which looks pretty good. Dew yellow. This is the color I used, or no, not this one. This is the color I used for the last car, which actually looks pretty good on this one too, but nah. Blue looks pretty sick on it. Let's see. And the light blue's there. Then you have white, obviously, and then you have this. So, I actually kind of like this green, to be fair, this lime, though obviously, of course, I don't have that unlocked, because that's how Rockstar is. You obviously never have things unlocked for some random reason, so... So we have this green, I guess. Actually, this green actually looks pretty good. I don't think I actually have ever made a car green, so this actually be a cool one to do it on, though. Yellow's pretty cool, too, obviously. I mean, it's all these bright colors that are obviously gonna look good on the car. I mean, it's a supercar. Honestly, I like to keep my cars a bit more, different, I feel like. At least, like, these, supercars, kind of. I just feel like no one's gonna go with, like, carbonate red. Like, no one uses this color, and I feel like it's kind of actually, like, cool color on the car, I feel like. So, I'm just gonna go with that one. I just kind of like it. And then with a secondary color, because we do have the secondary color, which I'll just make it white for a second so we can see. So, it's this front trim, and it's the back around that, pretty much. And also, no. So, and it's also the inside of the middle of those bars right there. So, let's see. Honestly, what if we made that bright red? Okay, it's like unnoticeable. Like literally. That is very unnoticeable. Not really any colors that are noticeable other than like white, I guess. You know what? No, we'll just make it bright red because the rest of the car is already red. So we'll just make it like, we'll make it Torino red because that's the brightest red. And there we go. Right there, there's our new Lamborghini Countach, or our Toro XO. And yeah, you can see right there actually what I was talking about with the spoiler right there. But yeah. You can also see with the headlights covers are up, though I'm actually going to turn on the lights so it actually looks like a Countach right there. But yeah. In terms of the active spoiler, I actually do like the Ignis spoiler from the last update more, because it's a lot more slow and a lot more, you know, fluid, rather than like, so like it goes up very quickly on this one rather than the last one. But either way, in terms of handling and everything, this thing actually kind of feels pretty good. Like, it is not losing grip at all. Like, it feels like it has a lot of grip in the car. Feels like it has pretty decent handling. In terms of top speed, I don't know. I have to go and test that. It has a lot of acceleration. I can definitely tell it has a lot of acceleration, which I think that's because it's all-wheel drive, obviously. Because Rockstar tend to make these Lamborghinis all-wheel drive all the time. Oops, scratched that wall a little bit, but yeah, it's a pretty quick car. Pretty fun to drive around, it feels. But yeah, actually feels like a pretty good car. Go ahead and, actually we'll go back up here in the sun real quick. And go ahead, and I guess we'll do it like right here. We'll go ahead and open up all the doors and everything real quick. Let's see it. Maybe a little bit damaged, but don't matter that much. Go to all. Go and open it up. So we can see that vented hood leading to nothing, obviously. I'm actually telling you to pull out my flashlight just so we can get some better light, but yeah, obviously it has a front. Because, well, yeah, it has a front. Because it has an engine in the back. Interior. I'm pretty positive this is literally the exact same interior that the Corsita, I believe it was the last car that I customized. English. Exact same interior, so nice, Rockstar. And then obviously back here in the back we have the engine with the red in the middle, and then I also have the red springs, which I didn't notice the secondary color affected, but that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, either way, I'm gonna go ahead and actually go out to the airport to test this thing's top speed, just like I did with the Corsita. And yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, here we are on the runway, and as you can see, we're here with the Toro, or what is it? The Toro XO. And you see right now we're at 130, just about 130 right there. And there you go, 130. So about 130 top speed. A little bit better than the Corsita from the last update, or the last customization review video. Which is surprising because it actually has a lot more grip. I feel like it has, maybe not better handling, but with that better grip, it feels like it has better handling. But yeah, so like, I guarantee you if I just drive out here, and if I go full right, let's say full right, full left, probably take a little bit. Oh, it's wanting to spin, but it's not. So yeah, you can see how good this thing is. Pretty good car in terms of performance and handling and everything. Actually, really good car. It's all-wheel drive as well, so like any off-road or anything you should be completely fine with, even though it is a Lamborghini, but still, it can off-road in this game, obviously. But yeah, overall, really good car, actually. One of my favorites, because I actually do really like Lamborghini cars. But yeah, either way, if you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.